Hi my loves, welcome back, and if you are new here, welcome. Here in this channel we'll talk about relaxed hair care, hair growth tips, protective styling and anything hair related. So if you know you're interested in this type of content, please consider subscribing to join the family. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys more hair growth tips. So the first part of this video went up yesterday where I shared with you guys 6 hair growth tips. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the remaining 6, making it a total of 12 hair growth tips. And without further ado, we are just going to get started. So the first tip I'm going to share with you guys in today's video is to have hair goals. Having hair goals is very important in your hair journey because you have like a target, you have like something you are working towards. At the beginning of every year, I usually share a video with you guys telling you guys my hair goals for the year, what I plan to do, if I plan to change my products, my hair care regimen, my protective styles, or even the duration of my protective styles or relaxer stretches. I share all those things in my hair goals. So having hair goals does not only have to do with length. Getting to a longer length, for example waist length or hip length, can be a part of your goal, but that shouldn't be the only part of your goal. For example, making your hair more healthy can be a hair goal. Increasing the duration of your protective styles can be a hair goal. Stretching your relaxers can be a hair goal. Trying to sleep more with satin bonnet or scarf can be a hair goal. Trying to trim more regularly can be a hair goal. So it doesn't really have to be length focused. Basically every single part of your regimen or routines can be a hair goal. So you simply have to look at your hair care, at your hair regimen, at what you are currently doing, and have an idea of what you want to change, have an idea of what you want to modify, and you sort of turn that into goals. So in addition to increasing the length and health of your hair, making modifications to your regimens, protective styles, relaxer stretches, even your hair care products can be a hair goal. So make your hair goals based on these and then write them down. I don't want you to just keep your goals in your head telling yourself that you are going to remember it. No sis, the best way is to write it down. In fact, studies show that you are more likely to achieve your goals when you write them down. So I think the first step to achieving your hair goals is even writing them down. So write them down, then periodically you can come back to them and see what you are making progress on, if you are achieving your goals or not, and if you even want to add more goals. Yes guys, there are times that we write goals at the beginning of the year and you may be surprised that within 6 months you've already achieved those goals. So if that is the case, you can decide to add more goals to achieve for the remaining part of the year. So it is very essential that you write down your hair goals as well. So that is the first tip in today's video. Have hair goals and write them down. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is do not compare your hair journey with someone else's hair journey. Everyone's hair journey is different. Our hair growth rate is different, our hair textures are different, porosity is different, hair type is different, even our genetics is different. So there are so many things that come into play that is going to determine how your hair journey is going to go. Like the factors that can influence your hair journey are so much that comparing yourself to another person doesn't even make sense, because even environmental factors, where you stay, what you eat, the weather, all these things can affect your hair growth journey. So it doesn't even make sense comparing yourself to someone else's journey. Okay, so what you can do is, instead of comparing your hair journey with another person's hair journey, you can try and see what worked for them. For example, their routines, their regimens, their products. Then you can try and incorporate those into your hair care, and that is if the person's hair type, hair porosity, hair density is similar to yours. So in the first part of this video, one of the things I shared with you guys was to study your hair, because when you study your hair, you know what your hair needs, and when you are listening to other people about their hair growth tips, about their hair care practices, the products they use and all those, you'll be able to tell if those things apply to your hair. For example, if someone is protein overload, is telling you that one of the things that helped her grow her hair was to cut down on the protein and start using more of moisturizing deep conditioner conditioners or moisturizing leave-ins. You can't do that if your hair is suffering from moisture overload, because you are just going to worsen the state of your hair, worsen the moisture overload, deprive your hair more of protein, and then you start getting breakage, and you either be at a plateau or even see a reduction in length. So do not ever compare your hair journey with someone else's hair journey. You can just look into their hair growth tips or their routines or the products they use, but when you start comparing yourself, then it becomes a problem. And you know the funny thing, when we start comparing ourselves with someone else in terms of our hair journey, we get so demotivated and disappointed when we don't get the results they are getting, failing to consider that our hair types are different, our hair growth rates are different. Okay, so even if you and that person stays in the same environment and eats the same type of food, or even come from the same family, it still doesn't make sense comparing your journey with that person's journey, because there are other individual factors that can affect the state of your hair. So never ever compare your hair journey with another person's hair journey. So instead of comparing yourself with someone else, compare yourself with your previous self. So the state of your hair this year compared to the state of your hair last year, was it better or did it get worse? And when you continue doing this over time, you start to notice things that are working for your hair, or what is making your hair worse, or what is making your hair better, and then you stick with that. So the best comparison when it comes to your hair care journey should be with your previous self and not with another person. Okay, so moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is do not use hot water on your braids. This is something I see commonly, and it is something that I was guilty of doing when I first started my hair care journey. Okay, not personally though, it was at hair salons, because I used to get my hair braided at hair salons back then, and they would usually dip your hair in boiling hot water, guys. Like boiling hot water, you can see the steam coming out. And I thought that by now people would have stopped doing that, because there is a lot of information now about hair care and all that. But I found out that people still do that even today. Guys, that is not healthy for your hair. It's just like using a blow dryer or a flat iron on your hair without a heat protectant. I know you want to tell me that it may not be as high as the temperature of a heat protectant, but guys, tell me, what is the temperature of boiling hot water? What is the difference between that and a blow dryer or a heat protectant? So if you have been using hot water on your braids, stop it, guys. There are other ways for you to get that look you want with your braids besides using hot water on your hair. And now I know some people are still going to say, okay, what if I just dip the ends of the braids into the hot water? I would say it's better you just eliminate it completely, because even if you decide to dip just the braids, the steam from the water is still going to travel up and maybe hitting your hair strands. So instead of that, why not just look for better ways to get the look you want, rather than exposing your hair to danger and damage because you want a certain look, which you can get with other ways rather than boiling hot water. And as a side note, even the temperature of the water you use on your wash days are important. So is either you use lukewarm water or cool water. So lukewarm water when you start shampooing, and cool water after your conditioning routines, but not hot water. Okay, because the temperature of water that some people use for washing their hair, I cannot even relate. Like, I don't even understand. So if you have been using hot water on your hair during your wash days or on your braids after installing your protective styles, stop it, sis, because this can damage your hair in the long run. So moving on, the next tip I'm going to be sharing with you guys is learn to do your hair yourself. I don't know how to stress enough how this tip has changed my life when it comes to the length of my hair and the health of my hair. Guys, learning to do your hair yourself will change your hair, will turn your hair around. It has so many benefits. Yes, even though it may be more stressful and time consuming, especially when you are just learning to do it, it is so worth it, guys. And that is why I feel like when you start learning to do your hair yourself, there is no going back. Like, it feels like a jackpot when you start seeing the results and you realize that you have been missing out all this while. I have not been to a hair salon since 2020, so for 4 years now I have been doing my hair myself, installing my protective styles myself, relaxing my hair myself, washing my hair myself. Every single thing about my hair, I do it myself, even down to trims. I don't know if I'm going to visit a hair salon in the future, probably if I find a really good one, but for now I am not stepping my feet into a hair salon. So learning to do your hair yourself has a lot of benefits. You get to know your hair more, you are more gentle with your hair compared to hairstylists, because when you go to salons, the patience that you have in detangling your hair, they are not going to have that. The hairstylists don't have that patience, and that's why you see that sometimes after they detangle your hair is all over the floor, and there's nothing you can do about it, because once your hair is gone, it's gone. So rather than trying to salvage the situation, which I don't really know how you're going to do that except waiting for your hair to grow back, so instead of doing that, why not just prevent it by learning to do your hair yourself? And I don't want to hear things like, no, I don't know how to install braids, no, I don't know how to install cornrows. Sis, every information you need is online. Like, literally, when I started, I didn't know how to install braids, I didn't know how to install cornrows. Those stylists that are installing braids on your hair at the salon were not born with that gift, okay? They learnt it too, just like you can learn it. So you just have to teach yourself. Even though my cornrows right now is not the best, but they have so much improved compared to when I first started installing cornrows myself. If you check the last video where I installed cornrows, you see that I was very proud of myself to see how far I have come in trying to install cornrows. So sis, you get better with time. So at that beginning phase, at that initial phase, there may be a lot of struggles. You may be scared, like, how am I going to relax my hair myself? What if I damage my hair? Since they are already damaging your hair at the salon, okay? I know not every salon is ignorant about hair care. Like, some salons are very educated about hair care and can take care of your hair, detangle your hair the way you want, use products like you want, but not every salon can do that. Until you find a salon that can take care of your hair the right way, learn to do your hair yourself. So what's the worst that can happen? Even if you make a mistake, you are going to learn from it, okay? So you are going to get better as you continue to carry out routines on your hair. And honestly, I feel like this is the best way to study your hair. This is the best way to know your hair, because it sort of like builds a personal relationship between you and your hair, because you get to spend more time with your hair. You get to touch your hair, know how it feels like, know if it needs protein or moisture, and if your hair is changing. By just touching it, you'll be able to tell if it's changing. For example, if it's becoming more dry, you'll be able to tell. If the ends are getting damaged, you'll be able to tell, because you are the one that handles your hair. But if you have been going to a hairstylist to do everything, you may not be able to tell the difference. So learn to do your hair yourself. This is going to help a lot. In fact, this is going to change the game for you when it comes to length retention, okay? So moving on, the next thing I'm going to share with you guys is start with what you have, okay? So some people are waiting for the perfect time to start their hair journey, waiting for the perfect time to begin implementing all the tips they have seen online or all the routines they have seen online. They are waiting to buy all the expensive products before they can start. Guys, start with what you have. When I started my hair journey, all the products I was using today, I wasn't using them. I don't think there's any product I'm using today now that I started using when I first started. In fact, when I first started, I feel like I was doing rubbish, okay? I think when I started this channel a few years ago, I posted a video about the hair care products I no longer use. Like, those were the products I started with in my hair journey, and honestly, I can never use those products again. Like, they were horrible. Yes, starting from the shampoo to the conditioner, even the relaxer I was using back then wasn't good for my hair. I was doing nothing like deep conditioning, none of that. But along the way, I learned and I started incorporating better products, better practices into my hair care regimen. So start with what you have, because even when I started incorporating more products into my regimen, I didn't start with a full-blown $1,000 hair care regimen. So for my moisturizing, I started with things like using water to moisturize my hair and just water. I wasn't even using a leave-in, but as time went on, I learned to incorporate more things into my regimen. But you know the funny thing, I was still getting results even with those products, like even with just the water and the oil. So it's not really about the products when it comes to length retention. Yes, products are very important when it comes to length retention, but products are not the only essential part of your regimen. So instead of focusing on whether you have all the products you need or not, why not focus on the other aspects of trying to retain length, like low manipulation, getting regular trims, stretching your relaxers if you are a relaxed hair girl. These are things that you can literally start right now. So you don't have to have everything together before you start your hair growth journey. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Start with what you have. Start studying your hair, building a personal relationship with your hair, using products that you already have, and you will see that you will still get results. So start with what you have and stop waiting for the perfect time. Now moving on, the next tip I'm going to share with you guys is to enjoy the journey. It is a hair growth journey. I always say that it is a marathon and not a sprint. So stop stressing about your hair, stressing about the process, because if you start doing that, for how long are you going to keep doing that? Like, you want to continue stressing over your hair journey for years? It is not a 1 year thing. It is not a 2 years thing. So the earlier you start enjoying the process, the better for you and the better for your hair. So just give it time. Take it like a normal part of your life. I've said in one of my previous videos that take your hair care journey just like the way you feed yourself, every way, with food, with water, and you know you are going to keep doing that for years. Like, it has become part of you, it has become part of your routines, your daily routines. Do the same thing for your hair. Take your hair care as a normal part of your life and just enjoy the process. So yes guys, that is it for the 6 tips I have with you guys in today's video. I have shared a total of 12 tips with you guys between yesterday's video and today's video, and in case you are new here, I have already made an earlier video a few weeks back sharing with you guys 24 hair growth tips. I noticed that you guys loved that video because it kind of blew up, so that's why I decided to make another video sharing with you guys 12 more hair growth tips. So let's just say I have shared with you guys 36 hair growth tips in total. So in case you missed that video, you can check it out if you are interested. So among the 6 hair growth tips I have mentioned in today's video, which of them have you been guilty of not doing? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here and you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing to join the family, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. So yeah guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.